Hi, this is O.C GODSTIME. Welcome back to my channel. And so today I just want to quickly react to a particular video from Miss Breathing. There is just so much to learn from that particular video, and I will encourage you to please stay tuned. All right. I think the first thing I will do is just to play out the video, and then let's watch the video together before I make my comments as regards their video. There is just so much to learn from a single video, and I would like you to pay a very clear attention. Now, let's watch the video.
Brittany, so you were on this plane, and on this plane you have an encounter with Jesus. What changes in your life? Because it didn't happen overnight, correct? Your
Right.
change?
Yeah, it didn't happen overnight. So after I quit the porn industry, I started going to church and I fell so in love with the presence of God that I knew that what I felt at church, I needed that in my everyday life. So I started seeking the Lord through prayer, through worship, through reading the Bible, and I started fasting a lot as well. And by applying these principles to my life, I really just grew in God. And He began to heal my heart. He healed my soul. He gave me the strength to forgive every person that ever hurt me. And it was a process. I also knew that I needed to take a year off of dating because men were my weakness. And I wanted to grow strong in the Lord. So I made a commitment to Him. I said, I'm not going to date anybody for an entire year. So there was definitely a process of a healing journey. But after I got through that, I mean, the Lord has really done what He said He would do. He blessed not only my soul.
Wow, wow, wow. There is just so much in this particular video from Miss Breathing. Actually, Miss Breathing was once a porn star in the porn industry. Like, she once worked as an actor in the porn industry. So she's not just someone that is addicted to pornography. She was once an actor in the porn industry. And one of the questions during the particular interview you saw now was how she was able to heal completely, because the person questioning her understood that it didn't just happen overnight. Yes, it was a healing process. It was a process through a healing journey. You get? And so the question was, how was she able to heal completely, to gain her total freedom, and to get over it? Do you know what it means to be a porn actor in the porn industry for years, and you just got born again and you think that it will just die off? So the question was, how was she able to get through it? And Miss Britain said quite few things that I just want to emphasize on. I just want to buttress some of our points, which I know that will really help majority of us out there that might be going through several addiction, or porn addiction, or whatever form of addiction. The points that Miss Britain raised here will seriously help anyone. I was once an addict of pornography for over 9 years, and what she actually said is what actually helped me to win the battle. And you see, the first thing she said was that actually she became born again. After she became born again, it didn't just die off from the point she was making. For several of us that will be saying, I'm already born again, I've given my life to Christ, I'm attending church, why am I not changing? Look at from the point she made. She said even though she was born again and she received Christ into her life and began going to church, it didn't happen overnight. It was a process. That is the first thing I would like us to note as regards healing from every form of addiction. It is always a process, and that is why you must be patient with it. You must be consistent with it, because there is every tendency, that is the point, there is every tendency for you to fall back to that particular thing. But that shouldn't make you to relax and not give up and say, this Jesus I receive, it looks as if it's not working. No, it is a process that you must go through. And one of the process that she went through was that she began, having fellowship with believers. She began attending, Christian gatherings. She was very careful of the places that she was going to now. And that is one of the things that helped. And another thing is that she began to read her Bible and pray and fast. These three things are very essential for every Christian to grow. This is not just deliverance from any form of addiction or healing from any form of addiction. This will also enable you to grow, because one of the things that will give you total freedom is growth. Anybody that is not growing will continue to live in bondage. I repeat, anybody that is not growing will continue to live in bondage. So growth is one of the things that gives a believer freedom, total freedom, that gives a believer healing from every form of addiction or whatever. So, and one of the ways to grow is that you will have to build a consistent relationship with Jesus, and that is the emphasis of Miss Britain in this video. She gave, attention to building a consistent relationship with Jesus through reading the word, through prayer, through fasting. It is not going to be easy at first, and these are the things that helped me the moment I received my deliverance on the day of salvation, because the freedom from porn addiction or any form of addiction is both instantaneous and then continuous. You will have to maintain it. Jesus was telling his disciples, he said that if a demon is being cast away from a man, what happens? The demon goes and began to gallivant around the street. And when after gallivanting and couldn't find a place to rest, what will happen? You say, "Hi, there is this particular person I just left from his environment, from his body. Let me go and check." And the Bible says that demon will now go back and check the state of that person. And when the demon gets there and realizes that the place is just swept and kept clean, nothing has rearranged in it, what will happen? He said he will now go and call 7 more stronger demons than him, and they will now come. Bible says that the situation of that person will now be worse than the way it was before. So it is not enough to just be born again. It's not enough to just be delivered. It's not enough to just cast out the demon inside of you. You will have to maintain it. It is both instantaneous and progressive. You have to maintain your freedom. And these are the things that helped. So for Miss Britain, she began to pursue the maintenance of her freedom through prayers, reading the word, and fasting. These are the things you must do consistently. It's not a religious activity. These things are things that we help. They are principles that has helped over the years. So stop looking for how do I do this. No, build a relationship with God through the word, through prayers, and through fasting, and you realize that the shackles of that bondage inside of you will begin to break, and you realize that you will start getting total freedom in your life. And then another point which she raised, which I want to buttress more, is the issue of finding your triggers. For Britain, she realized that one of her triggers is being in a relationship with the opposite sex. And what happened? She said that for 1 year, she didn't date anybody. She abstained herself from every form of opposite sex relationship, because she knows that if I start dating or keeping opposite sex friendship or relationship, there might be tendencies for me to fall back into sexual immorality. So she found out her triggers and she dealt with it immediately. When I was addicted to pornography, I realized, when I was fighting for my freedom, I realized that one of my triggers is when I stay on the internet for long, and I will now fall back into pornography. So what did I do? I had to leave in fact, I had to do away with every internet browsing phone for almost a year plus. I had to do away with all my social media accounts just because I want to win this battle. So if you are serious with your battle, you will want to go any length, except you are not serious with obtaining your freedom. If it is your intrinsic desire that I really want to be free, then pursue it at all costs. Don't just relax and say, no, that's not the way. Pursue it at all costs. So find out your triggers and manage it. Do away with those things that will cause triggers in you to fall back into that particular sin again. And by doing all these things, you realize that with time, it is time. That is why it will require consistency. I thought I was the only one that experienced it, but thank God that Miss Britain also brought that point, and I was just very blessed with that particular video. So I hope that the few points I've actually buttressed in this particular video has really blessed you tremendously. Please share this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and like so that you don't miss any of our upload. Please don't forget to like this particular video so that others will also get blessed, and leave your comment. I want to see your comments in the comment section on how this video has blessed you and the steps you will take as regard this. Thank you so much for watching. I remain your brother and friend, O.C GODSTIME. See you next time.